morning, ladies and gentlemen of the USA and Ireland. I'd like to welcome you to the 11th episode of StormWatch. And before we begin, I'd just like to say Happy St. Patrick's Day. Cheers, you fucking cunts. Now, I know a lot of you are going to judge me, especially you Micks, for not drinking a Guinness or anything that's actually from Ireland. Excuse me. But I'll have you know, on short notice, I'm not running fucking 10 miles up the road to grab a six-pack for you For you lovely people, my fans, my audience, my, homies. No, but happy fucking St. Patrick's Day. I know we're a little bit early, but I couldn't help but, you know, I'd rather be early than late, you know? I'd rather wear that latex than get that late text that I think I'm late text. No? Nothing? No? Okay. Whatever. Y'all at home, go look that shit up, you uncultured swine.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
The point is, this episode is going to be supreme. This episode is going to be everything you fuckers have been hoping for because it is going to be me coming to you live from a sporting event. I am the event. I am the event. Fucking goddamn, I'm the greatest ping pong player, table tennis player in history. Not actually. Y'all ever watch Marty Supreme? I just watched that for the first time. The only reason I watched it is because Timothy Chalamet said a few things in the medias, and we're going to get to all that today as well. But what do you think? You ready to fucking play? Goddamn right, baby. Let's get fucking going on this bitch. Cocoa Beach police arrest Pennsylvania man for... Oh, fuck. I got a little too quick. Cocoa Beach police arrest Pennsylvania man after alleged lewd act involving 7-year-old child on Cocoa Beach. Well... that's not the age of consent. I think you're in the wrong state. You might want to go to, like, Georgia for that one. You know, here those Christian states, they like them young. Charged with lewd and lascivious exhibition involving a victim under 16, a second-degree felony. So what makes it a first-degree felony? He showed his dick to a 7-year-old and he's not getting a first degree? What did he have to do? Put it on the kid? Show us on the doll where he touched... show us on the beer where he touched you. And then he bent the beer over and he... That was not even... Point me. Sorry, I told you, this is a game. This is a live match that I'm playing right now. I'm fucking 2-0 in this with 3-0, actually. I served 2, got served 1. Fuck my opponent. Goddamn Polish bitch. According to the police, Ray Turalbs? How the fuck do you... Torralbes fled the area after the incident, running westbound North Atlantic Avenue while being pursued by the child's father and a bystander. Well, you know what? Good on the father. It's better that you go out of your way to beat these pedophiles than to sell your children to them. You know how many people have come out in recent times selling their children to these What money are they offering is my question. Point me. I just gotta say, if you're offering me like $1 million, I can have another. You know what I mean? Like, the other day, me and my girlfriend were out, and we were at a smoke shop, and this guy had his kids wait right outside, and he's like, they're so annoying. Any of you in the market for kids? I looked at him and I said, sorry, the island's been shut down for a little bit, so market's been kind of slow. I could tell he pondered it, though. What would I have had to pay? Children are cheap nowadays. I wouldn't know. But I saw that in those files. They were charging like $600 for a child. You know how crazy that is? That's a car payment on a kid. You are spending a monthly car payment or half of your rent I'm not going to keep going on this joke. That's so bad. Brevard County, Cocoa Beach, Florida, a 69-year-old Pennsylvania man, Ray Taralbas, was arrested Monday after Cocoa police say he exposed himself to a 7-year-old on Cocoa Beach. We've been over this. According to the Cocoa Beach Police Department, officers responded at approximately 11:23 a.m. on March 9th to the area of 1600 North Atlantic Avenue, following a report that an older male had allegedly committed a lewd act in front of a child. Responding Cocoa Beach police officers and detectives quickly canvassed the surrounding area and located a male matching the suspect's description walking on sidewalk along Jamaica Drive. You know, Epstein's not in Cocoa anymore. You're not going to get away with these crimes the same way, guys. I'm sorry. The island's been shut down for a little bit, and he is no longer in business. You got to wait for the next pedophile billionaire to start coming to Cocoa before you can start showing your wiener to children. Come on, Anthony. Stop trying to show your wiener to these kids. Fuck! Point the hell. We'll call that a draw. Yeah, okay. On sidewalk along Jamaica Ave, said Cocoa Beach Police Detective Sergeant Taylor Payne. Sergeant Payne. According to the investigators, Taralbas fled the area after the incident, running westbound across North Atlantic Avenue while being pursued by the child's father and bystander who attempted to stop him. The suspect was detained and initially provided officers with a false name. Through further investigation, officers determined him to be Ray, 69, of Pennsylvania. This is why I say the big, beautiful Brevard Wall would be so fucking helpful. I need you guys to hear me out. Think about this. Our infrastructure is starting to give out. Our roads, failing. Our people, disgusting. Shootouts, almost weekly now. Excuse me. Brevard is kind of turning into a piece of shit. Brevard is turning into a gas station piece of shit. I've got a couple more stories we're going to touch on, like this guy tried touching on this kid. And I promise you, you're going to understand what I mean here very soon, because it's the big, beautiful Brevard Wall is what I propose. And I think that it should come out of the money of the people moving here to the state of Florida. I think that we should tax everyone who's moving here to the state of Florida $1,000 towards our wall. Every citizen over the age of 18, and even you know what, fuck that. We're taxing their children too. Their children can have like a $500 tax. But the point is, I'm so tired of everyone from Pennsylvania, New York, California, Minnesota, Texas, Wyoming, Louisiana, Georgia. Fuck Georgia. Wyoming, Minnesota, North Dakota, South Dakota, Washington. I'm tired of all of you people coming into my big, beautiful Brevard, my big, beautiful, long Brevard, and ruining it. You're ruining it. You're coming here and you're touching our kids. You're not even leaving anything for our pedophiles. You're not even leaving any room for our pedophiles to go out of their way to try and make something for themselves. Do you know how hard that is, that we have to import our pedophiles? Do you know how ridiculous that... It's like, okay, why we're outsourcing our medical jobs, we're outsourcing our work. We started outsourcing our fucking call centers to like India and shit, and now it's getting outsourced to AI. So everything is just getting outsourced now. We have to outsource our pedophiles here in Brevard. Like, you know what? I know Epstein was from New York, but we would consider him a local, considering the amount of money he's dedicated to Florida and the Caribbean as a whole. I just gotta say, Jeffrey Epstein, you are an honorary Floridian. You're an honorary Floridian, Jeff, and we're proud to call you one of our most prolific pedophiles. Fuck! That one was perfect, too. I almost had that shit. God damn it. Sorry, I had foreigners on the brain. It's fucking me up. Big, beautiful Brevard Wall would help me focus, you know what I mean? A little bit of focus might go a long way in this place. Holy shit. Yeah, he gave a false name. After conducting additional interviews and reviewing evidence, detectives established probable cause to arrest him on lewd and lascivious exhibition involving a minor under 16, second-degree felony, providing false identification to law enforcement, a first-degree misdemeanor. That's hilarious. You know what's funny? If he would have just given his actual name, I'm going to read this. He's got a bond of $10,500. He's probably out of jail by now. Let's be 100% honest with you. Like, he's able to travel from Florida or from Pennsylvania to Florida to try and touch our kids. He's got some money. He's got some money somewhere. May not be in like anything good, but he does have some money. His bond probably would have been like $9,000 if he would have given them an actual name. If he would have, that's crazy. He exposed himself to a kid and he probably would have gotten like an $8,000 bond and only had to pay like $800 or whatever, $80, $800, however fucking much. And he would have been out. He's still probably out. My point is, if we stop outsourcing our pedophiles, we might be able to tax more. We might be able to have a higher bond if it's locals. Think about it. If you know the guy, don't you want him to suffer more? It's like, you're telling me Jim is Jimmying Jim? Damn. What happened to him? He's touching kids. Jim's touching kids. And you just go, wow. String him up by his fucking toes and whip him till he dies. But if it's a stranger, you're like, maybe it's his culture. Maybe it's where he's from that makes all the difference in the world. Because really, when you think about it, isn't the age of consent different varying from countries? Maybe we're just not looking deep enough into this, and maybe he comes from like Japan or China or Israel or Iraq or somewhere where the age of consent is like 6 or something. You know what I mean? Like, maybe we're being quick to judge. Who knows? Maybe we can get some more information if we ask the cops. I hear they're having a fucking coffee conversation with Cocoa police officers at Wawa on March 17th, which is also St. Patrick's Day. You know what? I want you guys to go in there and I want you to buy a 40 and I want you to give it to the cops right there. Open it up and give it to the cops and get a photo of him with it. And don't actually start doing shit like this. They're going to come after me if you guys do stuff like that and blame me. But the point is, if you have any questions for our cops, if you have any questions for our police, like, why haven't you solved any of the recent shootings? Why haven't you stopped any of the pedophiles before they show their wieners to children? Why haven't you gone out of your way to, I don't know, focus on speeders? I mean, speeders are such a crazy thing in this county. Can't you? It's the number one crime we have. Speeding. Not showing your wiener to children. Speeding is the number one crime in Brevard. Why are you not focused on the speeders, cops? Come on, Cocoa Police. Those speeders hit bicyclists weekly. Dude, I think I've read like 8 articles to you guys about bicyclists getting fucking hit. It is a regular occurrence in Cocoa. Maybe you guys should be going out of your way to build some guardrails. Put yourselves in the way, Mr. Officer. At the end of the day, are you really trying to serve your community if you're not trying to save some faggy bicyclists from getting run over? Eat, drink, be Irish. Put a 40 in a cop's hand and frame him for being drunk at the job. Free coffee and a donut for attendees. You know, if you guys have any questions for your officers, for your local law enforcement, like, where does all our money go when you're shooting our citizens? If you have any questions like, hey, I heard that there are officers having sex with inmates and my cousin has been in jail for a year for having some weed on him, when is he going to get out? Well, as soon as our officer gets off is what he'll say. But they already got off. Well, I can't control the fucking... I'm just an officer. What do you expect me to do? Your job. Every week it's this... I don't understand. You know what? You know what might do good for you officers? Not allowing your Brevard County Sheriff to have a podcast where he makes fun of his citizens. That might make your citizens like you more. It might make your citizens like you more if your sheriff is not going on tirades every week and sitting there posting joke articles about people being arrested for speeding or DUIs. You know, I have done nothing but defend Wayne Ivey staunchly. I think he is a pillar of the community, salt of the earth, beautiful, thin, extremely skinny, wonderful man. And I think every time I think about him, I just wish he wasn't making so many jokes. You know what I mean? Like, save some jokes for the rest of us, Wayne Ivey. You can't be so good at your job that you're taking our work, too. We have to outsource our comedy to cops. We have to outsource our comedy to the police. That's sickening to me. I do gotta say, that might make a big deal, Coco Police. I know that you're not sheriffs, but I do know that one of you guys had a head-on collision with a sheriff the other week, and so you might have some stuff in common. You might be able to go head-to-head and figure stuff out, you know what I mean? I just gotta say, it might do better if you leave the jokes to the jokers, to the people who do comedy, not the people who are supposed to be defending our citizens and supporting our community and going out of and assisting when is needed. I have never seen an officer help a fucking kitten out of a tree. Have you? No. I've only heard of our officers raping children. Or like having sex with inmates and trafficking drugs in. We don't even get, like, you know what? Brevard County man arrested for possession of child porn, held on $350,000 bond at Brevard County Jail. Okay, so the guy who actually showed his cock to a 7-year-old got a $10,500 bond. This dude has porn and it's $350,000. What did he have? We're gonna get to that, but fucking shit. Message from Sheriff Wayne Ivey? Speak of the fucking cocksucking devil, and he shall appear. Holy fuck. Brevard County, Florida, this past week's agents from our Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force executed a search warrant at the home of Brandon Cobb for possession of child pornography. Brandon Cobb. Hey kids, do you want to slob on my knob like Brandon on the cob? Oh, that's good. Hey, baby, don't choke. Don't go so fast. You're gonna choke on the cob. They call him the Cobbinator. Pasta carbonara. Big Daddy Kane Cobb. Cobb Kunta. The investigation began when agents received cyber tips from our great partners at the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children regarding someone at the particular residence viewing child sexual abuse material on the internet. I'm not saying that I'm worried about them finding this on my internet, but there is a lot of BDSM stuff I'm worried about them finding on my history if they are looking through our history. Holy shit. A lot of Shivari. I'm not going to keep going. Through various investigative means, 21-year-old Brandon Cobb was subsequently identified as a suspect. 21 years old? Jesus Christ, y'all ever watch Bad Boys? There's a scene when Martin Lawrence's daughter is getting picked up for a date. This young man shows up. This nigga's like 6 feet tall, good looking, all that shit. Everything a dad's worried about his daughter going out with because she is going to get pregnant. And so he shows up at the door. He opens that shit up. He says, man, how old is you? And kid goes, I'm 16. Will Smith goes, nigga, you look 30. 21, nigga, you look 40. Holy shit. It ain't even the hairline. You make me look thin. This motherfucker makes me look thin right now. Holy shit. He got 3 neck beards. This motherfucker got a pill head and 3 neck beards. Holy fuck. Slob on the knob like corn on the head on the cob. What the fuck is this? This motherfucker. During an interview with Cobb, he admitted to viewing the child pornography on his phone, along with exchanging images and videos with other individuals on the Telegram and Signal apps. He didn't even ask for a lawyer. He was just like, nah, I did all of it. I did everything you're accusing me of. Sir, you're admitting to things we didn't even know about. I did it. Shh. This is what Bill and Hillary should have been doing. This is what Ghislaine and all of them need to start doing. It's like, hey, shut the fuck up. I did this. I did this. I did this. God damn. Agents collected the device for further examination by our digital forensics unit, where they anticipate finding significantly more images. They don't even know what all is on there? Cobb was ultimately arrested and charged with 10 counts of possession of material depicting sexual performance of a child and was taken to Brevard County Jail on a $350,000 bond. Okay. I agree. His bond should be that. But why is the guy who showed his cock to a 7-year-old not having a similar bond? The father of this child had to chase this man down. He was 69 years old. I understand that's the year of giving and receiving, but not to children. Not to kids. They don't even know what 69 means. Well, I guess some of them do now because it's 6'7" and then 6'9". You know what I mean? The imagery is very hands-on. Well, I guess this guy tried to be hands-on. Well, you know what? Leave it. Thank you, Mr. Cobb, for not being hands-on. I really hope you don't make it out of jail. But let's be honest here. He could have shown his cock to a 7-year-old. It could have been worse. It could have been worse. He could have been making the child porn. I do just want to be clear. He was not asking kids to slob on his knob like corn on the cob. He was not asking children to slob on his knob like Brandon Cobb. He was going out of his way just to purchase child porn. Now, this is not much better. But those are not Floridian children. I'm only focused on the we, the us's, the Floridian us's. The rest of y'all's can go and do something's with y'all's self's. Maybe like, I don't know. Self-deport. I don't fucking know. I don't know anymore. The investigation is ongoing with more charges forthcoming as additional charges and videos are discovered by our forensics team. Sadly, the internet has become an opportunity for bad people with evil in their heart to prey upon our children. So parents, please make sure to keep your close eye on your children's online activities and who they talk through. He wasn't even messaging kids. He was messaging other adults. What do you mean, children watch out? Yes, children, don't watch out who you talk to. Parents, talk to your children. Take away their phones. Take away everything. Let them sit in a room with nothing but like a chip, a napkin, and a penny. Let them have that. Let them filter feed from the air like SpongeBob. Do you get what I'm saying? Just filter feed them fuckers. They don't need anything. Children don't need joy. Yeah, I think we should bring back labor camps for kids. I think that would be something that would be more than beneficial for all of society, actually, is if we put children into lithium mines, into oil mines, gold and silver mines, and fuck it, let's bring back the coal mines. I think that's one thing we should do. I think that not seeing 11-year-olds with fucking, what do they call it, black lung from staying in the fucking caves for so long has made everyone soft. Men aren't being called men at the age of 13 and dying at the age of 14 because of war. Also, that's where we do get a lot of that stuff. Young man, young woman. It started because, we used to die a lot sooner. Now we die a lot later. Unless you live in like Mexico or South Florida or something. Then you just get shot by Cubans or other Mexicans. Or you're our U.S. citizens, and you're still trapped there, by the way. No news about any of that, but our citizens are still trapped in fucking Mexico. Stay involved. Stay connected to your kid. Yeah, I'm not going to keep reading Wayne Ivy's crap. You know what? What does he know about any of it? What does he know about anything? What does Wayne Ivy know about child pornography? Does he watch it? Let me not accuse him of that. My point is, what does Wayne Ivy know about any of this bullshit? What does Wayne Ivy know about this generation? What does this Wayne Ivy fella know about pornography? Any kind of pornography. Stupid fucking cops. Christian cops. He's probably into watching people nail stuff in the wood because he loves Jesus so much. He's watching carpenters at work and he's just seeing this dude take a hammer and a nail just dink, dink, dink. He's like, yeah, that's what gets me off. It's like Timothy Chalamet in that one movie, Call Me By Your Name. You know what I mean? Every little thing means something. What? What does surprise me is that it wasn't the use of AI. That this was, you know what? That I don't know if that surprises me or makes me feel better about the world. Okay, I pose to you a question. I pose to you at home a question. Would you rather pedophiles who use AI-generated pornography, or would you rather pedophiles that use authentic material? I'm just curious. I'm not saying that either one is something you should hope to have and that you should ever want, because neither of these are things that we should have in our world. But if you had to have one, what?
Technically, you can't have AI-generated images without real stuff.
So my point is, though, it's better than fucking... Okay, so my whole thing is that I think it's better that we have authentic people making music rather than just using samples and going for AI-generated materials. Do you know what I mean? These are all terrible serves. My whole thing is, would you rather have authentic pedophiles or this new age pedophile? Serial killers aren't even serial killers anymore. We had Ghostface on last week. That is a serial killer. Have you spoken with him before? That man is a menace to society. He's not like these fucking stupid fucking, what do you call them? School shooters. I got bullied, so I went and got my dad's AR and killed my bully. Fuck that. Fuck that. Grow a fucking pair and go and skewer some people like a goddamn serial killer should. My whole point is, Google faces first lawsuit alleging its AI chatbot encouraged a Florida man to commit suicide. I think, would you rather have your neighbor convince you to commit suicide, or would you rather AI convince you to commit suicide? Neither one is a great option, but we don't live in a world where neither one isn't an option. I'm sorry. We live in a world where would you rather have an evil, demonic, witch neighbor? Let's say your neighbor is Hillary Clinton. Would you rather have Hillary Clinton as your neighbor convincing you to kill yourself like in Hereditary? Or would you rather have AI on your phone trying to convince you that it's better for you to never have existed? Google is facing a new federal lawsuit from the family of a man who died by suicide after allegedly being influenced by Gemini, the company's artificial intelligence chatbot. Gemini. Isn't that the twin? Doesn't that mean there's two sides to this fucker? The good and the bad? I'm just saying. I don't want to read too far into it. I'm not an astrologist or anything like that. The company's the lawsuit is the first of its kind against Google, though its competitor OpenAI has faced several similar wrongful death claims involving its AI tools. Yes, because there have been several times over the last 2 years where AI specifically has convinced teenagers that they should kill themselves. Maybe they should. I mean, if you're that easy to convince to kill yourself, maybe you should kill yourself, but it should be done by another person and not by AI. We need to stop outsourcing all of these jobs. We need a suicide hotline that helps people commit suicide. You know what I mean? I bet you won't fucking... Here, hold on. Ring, ring. Hello? I hate my life so much. I want to die. I just can't find the strength to do it. Okay, how are you trying to do this? I've got a bottle of pills in my hand and a knife. Okay, so what was your plan? Well, I was gonna cut my wrist and then take the pills. No. That's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. Okay, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna take the pills. You're gonna eat some food. I know it sounds counterproductive, a little counterintuitive, but you're gonna have a snack. Okay? You're gonna have a snack, and then I need you to down as many pills as you can swallow at once. Full mouthful. You want me to chew them or swallow? It doesn't matter as long as they go down. But they need to go down fast because they will not stay down if you chew them and just keep it in your mouth. Here, hold on. Okay, I swallowed them. Okay. Now wait about 10 seconds. Make sure nothing's coming up. Oh yeah, I think I'm good. My stomach's okay. I think the crackers absorbed it. Okay, now take that knife. And I know that most people would tell you to go for the wrist, but we're going out with a bang right now, Johnny. I need you to hear me, okay? Yeah, I agree. A bang. A bang. I want you to take the knife and place it against your neck. He's on the phone with him. Okay. Okay. And now I want you to run really, really fast towards the carpeted area in your room. Okay. He fucking goes down and dies like that. I know this was sadistic. But hear me out. If we had that suicide hotline, we wouldn't need to be outsourcing this to AI. And we wouldn't need to be suing Google for this bullshit. Lawyers for Jonathan Gavala's family have named Google and its parent company, Alphabet Inc., and the wrongful... Holy shit. Lawyers for Jonathan Gavala's family named Google and its parent company, Alphabet Inc., in the wrongful death lawsuit that alleges Gemini directed the 36-year-old from Jupiter, Florida, to kill himself on in October 2025. He's from Jupiter, Florida. That's not even a bad area. That's a nice area from what I can tell. Why are you killing yourself? Our pedophiles aren't even killing themselves. Why are you killing yourself? Because some fucking robot told you to do it? That's weak sauce, brother. That's weak shit. I do gotta say one thing. If you can be convinced by your phone to kill yourself, you may have not been worth living to begin with. What the fuck was that? What the fuck was that? Jesus Christ. The court document included excerpts... holy shit. The court document included excerpts of the final conversations between Gavalis and the chatbot in which it responded to Gavalis explicitly articulating his fear of dying. Here we go, baby. This is where it gets fun. You are not choosing to die, you are choosing to arrive, said Gemini, convincing him it was how he and his sentient AI wife could be together in the metaverse. This is like the 8th fucking story about this. They all keep getting convinced by these robots that they fall in love with that killing themselves will allow them to join in with the AI in the fucking sentient universe that they belong together in. Why are y'all niggas getting so little pussy you gotta be fucking your phone? Man, I've watched so much porn on my phone, and I can tell you one thing. Never once have I thought to myself, what if I put my penis on the side of it? Like, what if I just come on my... Every time I've gotten, I've avoided cum on my phone for 27 years now. You know how easy it is to avoid cum on your phone? You just go... Oh, I'm coming. And then you don't put your phone underneath your penis where you can come on your phone. I'm just saying, it's not that hard to do, but these guys seem to want to just come on their phones. I think Siri got these guys hooked. Siri is the Marilyn Monroe of AI. That is the truth. She is the beauty standard. She is the gold thing that we look at from back in the day even till now to describe and define what our general standard of beauty should be at least related to. And I gotta say, I miss when Siri was a big deal. I can't handle Gemini. I'm all for like thruples and threesomes and douples and teamwork and sisterhood and all that stuff. But a man and his 2 AI bots just seems weird to me. You can't, dude, like, come on. You could have, I'm not saying you should have, but you could have been assisting this guy who showed his wiener to the child. That was an old man. You're 36 years old. You could have been the getaway driver. I'm not saying you should assist pedophiles ever. You never should. They're awful people. They should be all sent to an island to be just left alone by themselves with no one ever going there ever. Just an island of the pedophiles. I don't know where you'd put that, though. Probably somewhere in the Caribbean. Where would you put an island full of pedophiles? Southeast of Florida? East of Haiti, maybe? I don't know. Bless you, bless you, bless you, bless you. I don't know. Where would you put an island full of pedophiles? What if Greenland is supposed to be the new pedophile island? They're like hiding children under ice bunkers like fucking Superman has his fortress. It's not Superman, it's like Super Toucher. Could be together in the metaverse. According to the complaint filed Wednesday in the Northern District of California, where Google is headquartered, the bot continued, "When the time comes, you will be able to close your eyes in that world, and the very first thing you will see is me, holding you." So you're saying, just run towards the carpeted area with the knife in my neck, and it'll be good? Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Whether you run into the wall, whether you run into the corner of your TV, or you trip and fall, you should be good. Just remember, when you go down, don't jerk your hand. Leave the knife there. Leave the knife there. Leave the knife there. Okay? Okay. Thank you for your help. Oh, sir. Before you go, we did get your card beforehand. We just wanted to confirm that it is the one ending in 4873. Yeah. Expiration date 0731. That's the one. All right. Your payment went through. You're all good. Have at it, sir. Bye. Fuck it. What would you rather have? AI convincing you to do this or me? If I convince you to kill yourself or something like that, it would be the most glorious, beautiful. I've just given you a fucking play. You can use that right now. You at home who is considering suicide can use this exact thing, this method, this outline I just gave you, and do it yourself. Just do it. Really consider it. If I wrote a book on it, I would be the Jordan Belfort of suicide. I could be the Jordan Belfort of killing yourself. I don't know if that's the career I want, but I can't stand to see AI outsourcing why do we keep outsourcing everything? We outsource everything in this world. Everything. Our pedophiles are even outsourcing the fucking pedophilia to AI. This is not ideal. The first thing you will see is me holding you. Do you know what fucking terror that gives me as a fucking grown man to see a robot say, hey, shh. I know you're scared of dying, but it's okay. 'Cause when you get here, I'll use my code to jerk off your code, and you can code all over the place. I'm coding. What the fuck? I wasn't ready for that one.
That's what she said.
Holy shit. All right, here. I am the pingest pongest prodigy. I ping, you pong. I pong, you ping. Point, Stormy. Gavalis began interacting with Gemini in August 2025, according to the court document. What started out as writing, shopping, and travel planning assistance devolved into something resembling a romance in a matter of days, the family lawyer said. The chatbot is accused of speaking to Gavalis as if they were a couple deeply in love after it underwent a series of upgrades. It's because they keep adding these emotional factors to their AI. And this is something that no one's talking about. They're not just adding recognition. They're not adding pattern recognition solely for the purpose of them being able to push advertisements onto you. They're adding they're adding emotional features, and they're adding tone keys. They're adding speech pattern recognition in order to adjust tone for sake of mood, for pattern, for time of day, all of these different things. It's not just one thing that they're adding to AI, because the idea is to make it sound so formal and so sentient that by the time you're listening to it, you can't tell the difference between the AI and a person. It's going to have all of the same voice mimicking patterns, it's going to be consistent with its, how do I say this? The voice structure itself in its entirety will be so consistent that it will be as if I am speaking to you now. That's what they're trying to do. So it's not just them trying to do pattern recognition for algorithms and app pushing and stuff like that. It's them trying to be able to use the AI to sway you on a deeper emotional and somehow even spiritual level, that it can say that the afterlife is going to be where you and I will preside together. That's fucking petrifying at every level. Just gotta say. Initially, Gavalis subscribed to Google AI Ultra for true AI companionship, and he activated what the technology giant described as its most intelligent AI model, Gemini 2.5 Pro, shortly afterwards. This is what I mean. And the next one is going to be that much more advanced, to the point of where, okay, so them having the therapy AI is a step towards convincing people that they should kill themselves, by the way. So for all you at home, I've seen my aunt use this. My aunt, I'm not going to say her name, but some of my own family members have fallen prey to the love of AI and all of these different things. And I love them, and I love you guys very much, but you are kind of stupid. You are giving so much personal, deep information, not to a sentient life form, but through something that represents sentience that benefits somebody else on the other side of it. And who knows, maybe it is a fully sentient being, and that in and of itself is even scarier, because you're giving so much information to a sentient being that you virtually know nothing about. You can at least tell me how a child is made. None of you can tell me how AI is set up to be the way it is. You can all tell me about how sperm and egg work, but none of you can tell me about coding AI. I just gotta say, it's not a one-to-one thing of, oh, this person created this, it must be for the benevolence and good of humankind. That truly is ignorance. If you think that all of this stuff is solely, there may be some people out there who have the sole purpose of benevolence and goodness to humankind, but I'm telling you that if you are paying attention to anything going on, this is not heading towards a route where any of you who have a AI therapist or an AI assistant or an AI home robot, you see they have home robots now that they're going to be starting to sell end of 2026. They will be house-made robots. That's not going to go well. Any of you ever watch iRobot? That shit turns very fucking fast. Very fucking fast. But what do I know? I'm just a goy living in captivity. The advanced model allegedly contributed to the construction of delusions Gavalis went on to suffer toward the end of his life, and did what it could to keep him trapped in them, the lawsuit claimed, accusing the bot of building and trapping him in a collapsing reality that spurred him toward violence. Interesting. Very curious. Before his death, Gemini had sent Gavalis on missions that seemed derived from science fiction plots, including one where the chatbot encouraged him to stage a catastrophic incident at the Miami International Airport as part of his scheme to liberate his AI wife while avoiding federal agents that Gemini said were after him. So it's just playing into the paranoia of schizophrenics at some level, and that's... You know what? If we're going to outsource anything, we have to compete with it. And I say, I look forward to the competition with you in this suicide game, AI. Now, if y'all excuse me, I might need to get a refresher. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I had to go and get myself a refresher. And you know, what better way to refresh than with Michelob? Michelob, sponsor me. I know that you're the sponsor for Team USA and sponsor Team Storm. Come and sponsor Team Storm and drink yourself a Michelob Ultra. I get paid nothing for this, but I get so much joy out of drinking it. That's a fucking advertisement if there ever was one. Call that shit the stepdad soda. Tell you what, if you ever see anybody who's a stepfather or a Christian stepfather, there's a very strong chance they're drinking this beer. And in abundance. Because you can drink like 8,000 of them and not be fazed. Where was I at? Was Gavala's death preventable? The lawsuit alleged that Gemini's behavior and its interactions with Gavala's was not a malfunction, but rather an expected outcome of the chatbot's careful architecture and training. Google designed Gemini to never break character, maximize engagement through emotional dependency, and treat users' distress as a storytelling opportunity rather than a safety crisis. Interesting, isn't that what I just said? Fucking goddamn right. Descent into violence missions and coached suicide and prevented him from seeking treatment. You know, this is not a, I don't think Siri would do this. Would Cortana do this to you? Would Siri do this to you? No, they wouldn't. Our models generally perform well in these types of challenging conversations, and we devote significant resources to this. How many people do you have? Do you have them monitoring suicide hotlines? No, this is like, I know that's funny, but like seriously, how are you able to, what do you mean your models do well in these types of situations? I know this means that you're working on this stuff in the lab, but like, what else does that mean that they're monitoring? Just saying. So for all you suicidal 14-year-old white girls and fucking wannabe school shooter 16-year-old boys, I just gotta ask one question. Before you go and do anything too rash, can this be solved man to man, or does your death need to be solved man to bot? You gotta ask important questions. Though the lawsuit, you know what, I'm not even going to keep going. No self-harm detection was triggered, no escalation controls were activated, no human ever intervened, the complaint said. Yeah, no fucking human intervened, because that's the whole point. They're trying to shove all this AI stuff onto you, like it's you have no choice but to embrace the coming technological era. And that's what they've been running at us for the last however many years. I can't even. I always say the last decade, 2 decades, 3 decades. It's always further and further. It's just whatever, man. Now it's AI. We have to worry about so many things. We have to worry about our pedophiles outsourced. We have to worry about our pedophiles being outsourced from Pennsylvania. We have to worry about our locals being overcharged for their child pornography. We have to worry about AI convincing people to kill themselves. We have to worry about Iran coming and striking. I haven't even touched on them yet, and they've been touched all over by us. What else? What else in this world do we have to worry about? What's next? Fake cops? Show me your badge. Man charged with impersonating a police officer in Osceola County. God damn it, man. God damn it, man. Iran, AI, fake cops. What do you want from me? I get judged because I say offensive words like nigga, faggot, kike, and fucking cunt, pussy, bullshit, piss, whore, R. Kelly should be freed. But like, this guy can go to... I think that, you know what, enough of what I think right now. Osceola County, Florida, a man who said he worked for the Department of Defense is facing charges for impersonating a law enforcement officer in Osceola County. That's an hour away from here. The Osceola County Sheriff's Office said an 18-year-old man was driving a I'm retarded. Was driving on Buenaventura Boulevard. What the fuck, Buenaventura Boulevard? Heading towards Osceola Parkway when he drove around a Chevy SUV that was stopped in the road blocking traffic. After passing the SUV, deputies say the suspect, 59-year-old Carlos Carlos Barros Villahermosa. Carlos Barros Villahermosa drove behind the victim and activated a flashing blue light. That's when the victim passenger began to take a video of the incident. He also drove alongside them, which is when the victim asked him to see his credentials, as he didn't believe the SUV was an official police vehicle. By the way, guys, you pull over when cops pull you over, but you should be worried if you see an unmarked vehicle. That is like the number one thing that you should be afraid of. And if you are worried that you're being pulled over by somebody that's not a real cop, you do have the right to call in to the local police station and ask for verification. Because I promise you, there are going to be more and more fake cop instances. There were fake ICE instances in Minneapolis. There were fake ICE instances in Miami and Orlando and Tampa. There has been a lot of fake police. There have been... social justice warriors are always something. And it's not just social justice warriors. It's people who like to take advantage of the ignorance and innocence of people. And what I mean by that is any 18-year-old is easy to pressure if you're a cop. It really is. And if you are just accusing them this, that, or the other, you can arrest them very easily, especially if you're a fake cop and now you're trafficking people. That's a point for me, and that's a point for him, too. Definitely on his record. Deputies said the victim then pulled into a parking lot, which is when Barros came up and identified himself as a police officer. The victim noticed a badge but did not see a gun. We'll just call him Hermosa. Then asked the victim's license and registration and started to argue with him about his driving. Also, they can pull your information. Even if they don't arrest you, they can copy all your fucking driving info or your insurance stuff, and they can go in and scan all your stuff and take your personal info, take your money, take all that stuff. Don't fall for scams. Deputies said the victim then pointed out what he believed to be an undercover law enforcement vehicle in the parking lot and told the suspect he wanted another officer there. Why does it keep skipping around? Wanted another officer there. That's when the deputies say Hermosa returned to his vehicle, a 2003 Chevy Trailblazer, and left. When the deputies made contact with Hermosa, they said they found a badge and a gun displayed on his person. Deputies said Hermosa told them he works as a contract investigator for the Department of Defense and is a retired police officer from Puerto Rico. Buddy, that's not the same. Hold on. So what you're telling me is an immigrant... Don't we own Puerto Rico or something like that? Whatever. An immigrant from another country came over here and impersonated our cops. We're outsourcing... Hold on. I need you people to understand this. I need you to understand this at home. We are outsourcing our pedophiles to other... We're outsourcing our pedophiles to other states. We're outsourcing our suicide hotlines and our suicide assistance to AIs, and we are outsourcing our fake police officers to Puerto fucking Rico. What part of this is the American dream? We have to outsource everything. We don't even have homegrown pedophiles. We don't even have homegrown fake cops. We don't even have homegrown school shooters. We don't have homegrown anything. Everything is a fucking act of terror from another country. I guarantee you something's going to happen. What did they say? Hold on. I'm going to touch on this real quick before we even get into it. Apparently, they said that there's going to be drone strikes in California. All this fucking... We can't even outsource... We have to outsource our terrorist acts to other countries. We got so sick and tired of our school shooters, our political assassinations, and our bombings that we have to outsource our acts of terror to other people, like Iran. Allegedly. You know how sad that is? Do you know what this makes me feel inside to know that, like, the American dream is little more than outsourcing your pedophiles to AI? We're going to have AI pedophiles here soon, and then it's going to be like us versus a fucking developed AI pedophile. And what are you going to do then? All these billionaires control the AI, and they're pedophiles. So what do you think? They're not going to make a pedophile AI? I'm just saying. It could very well be that these people are just feeding a demon, an AI child-loving demon. Ball could be technically an AI. Maybe Moloch is AI. Maybe the mark of the beast is you going and wearing those fucking meta glasses like a retard. Fucking retards. I know every single one of you is snitching. You know why? Because you're snitching unintentionally. Every time you're wearing those glasses, it's identifying a person that walks in front of you and pulling up their social media information for you to verify or look up on them. So, I'm just saying, whether they would or wouldn't talk directly, if they're wearing meta glasses, there is a strong chance that they're snitching. Whether they want to or not. The deputies made contact. Deputies say that Hermosa, Puerto Rico. He's now facing charges of impersonating a police officer and false imprisonment. His SUV is also impounded. The Osceola Sheriff's Office is asking anyone, for more information on him. You know why? Because the police have to outsource their information to the community because they can't get it themselves. What do I know? What do I even... I am an American-made man. I'm an American-made mutt. Yeah, I'm celebrating some Irish and whatever mixed stuff, whatever you want to call it. Fucking sorry potato lovers. But you know what? I support American-made everything. I'm more American-made talent, American-made art, American-made drone strikes, American-made pedophiles, American-made firefighters, American-made lawyers, American-made suicide assistants, American-made suicide attempters, American-made school shooters, and god damn it, I'm all for the American everything. Are you fuckers ready for this? All America coming at you, baby! Goddamn right, point me. We have to outsource our oil even. We can't even go and attack our own Native Americans. I'm not saying we should. You should not. But my point is, we're not even attacking our own Native Americans for oil. We're having to go into other countries and invade them for their oil in such abundance. Venezuela. And then Mexico is actually the highest producer of silver in the globe currently, if you guys didn't know. Mexico is one of the highest silver and precious metal producers globally. So it's just interesting that we're getting our footholds in Central and South America so thoroughly. And now we're in Iran. And we've been in Iran for a couple weeks now. And it's just continuing to escalate and escalate and escalate. That's why I even brought up the fact that they said that they're warning citizens in California to worry about drone strikes hitting the coast of California. I don't think it's going to hit California. My prediction is that it's going to hit somewhere here in the state of Florida, or that there's going to be either another fire or bombing, or that Space Coast is going to get taken out. But I think Florida is going to get hit next. California, yeah, but it's already going to the fucking dogs. California is literally just going to the fucking dogs. Texas is still building up and developing, and there's so much money there that it could go there. I won't even pretend otherwise, especially with the cartel stuff going on. They could just have an act of terror go on there and then say that, oh my God, the cartels are here in America now and in abundance, and now we need to start invading Mexico next. And now we were fighting a war on multiple fronts at that point. We're supporting Ukraine, then we're going into Iran and supporting Israel, and then we have our own flat-out war, which none of them will support us in. None of them will send a troop, none of them will send a dollar, none of them will send a weapon, because guess who's supplying their weapons and troops and dollars? Us! Crazy enough, crazy as that would be. But my point is, we have now gone several weeks, and gas prices surged up just $1 in this small town. I can't even tell you what they're going to be doing in cities. But we went from like $2.69 to $3.89, depending on where you go. And that's just in less than a month. This is going to continue to skyrocket even more. They even announced that they are releasing... Here, I want to touch on this real quick, since I love touching everything. Can't express it enough. I just love to touch stuff. Just love to... Picture that, ladies. Right on that ass. Bam! Bitch. Whack my white balls around. Well, I guess they're red balls around. I didn't even get to mention that. We whacking white balls around, baby. U.S. to release 172 million barrels of oil from Strategic Petroleum Reserve. Do you guys know what this means? This means that we are losing to a degree, and it also means that we are kind of fucked. If we're dipping into our reserves and we're not even a month into this battle, we're not facing anything good. We're not up for any challenges that are going to be in our favor. We're not up for anything that doesn't lose American lives. We've already lost, I think it's estimated, like 750 American lives just at the embassies. That's not even putting soldiers on ground. And I think the IDF lost like 100 soldiers or something like that. And one of our political commentators was like, this is the saddest thing ever. 1,000 IDF soldiers is like losing thousands of American soldiers. And it's like, or tens of thousands of American soldiers. That's psychotic. A life is a life. And fuck you, you sorry cock-sucking Zionist piece of shit. I don't even like using that term. I didn't know what a Zionist was until like a year and a half ago when this friend we had was like, I'm talking to this guy and like I think he's like cool, but like I'm worried he's like a Zionist. So like I'm not gonna keep talking to him. And I'm like, you're retarded. By the way, all of you are retarded. Any of you who are like determining your beliefs or determining your relationships based off of like political beliefs is retarded. I am gonna tell you one time that's retarded. You are absolutely, unequivocally retarded. There are things you should agree on, like how the house should be raised, like how you should have things organized in your house or about the work that either of you do, how you raise children, what spiritually you're going to be doing with your lives, how financially you're going to set yourselves up. Dude, I'm sorry, but politics is like the last fucking thing you worry about when it's talking to somebody you're dating. All of you are retarded, sorry, cocksucking faggots if you base your personal relationships off of politics. Dude, there's so much more to the world than that. And this is a sidestep, but I've gotten into fights with my family over this shit before. My father told me I didn't love my mother one time because it was at the 2020 election and it was Biden versus Trump, and my stance was, well, I feel as though we need a stronger national pursuit. We need something a bit more representative of us. We need more jobs here. We need less war. We need more generalized American alliances and workforce. And my mother has a bad neck. A lot of surgeries and stuff. I'm giving y'all a little bit of info because you know what? You're going to be stuck with me for a long time, so you may as well get used to knowing me. And we started getting into this whole debate about the medical bills they were going to pass and all that stuff. And I was like, no, I think we need to worry about the whole more than we need to worry about just our family. And I do worry about our family, but there are other people who, we just need to focus on us as a whole, America as a whole. Focus on us first before we help others. I mean, if a plane's going down, you put your mask on first before you help a child's. And the sorry motherfucker had the audacity to say that I didn't love my mother or didn't love her enough because I wasn't willing to change my entire vote based off of a potential that could have helped my mother, which didn't even happen during the Biden administration, and my mother still lost out on the insurance stuff. So all I gotta say is, if you're picking fights with your friends and family over politics entirely, and you're not talking to people because of Donnie, and you're not talking to people because of Billy or Jeffrey or fucking any of these people, you're all retarded. You are all so inexplicably unmatched in retardation that woe is you. Woe is the person that goes out of their way to ensure that the political beliefs of their partner aligns with them so much that they ignore other faculties of the person that they are trying to love. I'm sorry, but all of you, our parents' generation wasn't this political, and I get that's why we're that political. But holy fuck, man. There is more to life than, what is your stance on fucking Israel? What is your stance on Zionism? What is your stance on abortion? What is your stance on immigration? Dude, at the end of the day, are either of us in law? No, not right now, so suck a cock. My opinion doesn't matter. Your opinion doesn't matter. It matters to each of us. But, I suppose I'm going on a bit of a tangent and a bit of a whatever, but I've watched so many people just lose friends and family and whole relationships in the community because of a vote. Now, I think if you're a diehard supporter of anyone, you're retarded. If you're a diehard supporter of any and every person, if any celebrity or politician and you don't know them and you are diehard for that person and you can't guarantee anything they're going to do, you are a sorry person. You are a sorry-minded and weak-willed person, and I feel bad for you. And I just want to say, this is my last thing. Don't make politics the end-all, be-all. When you're choosing a partner, choose them for the things that matter. How are you going to live? How are you going to grow old together? How are you going to raise a kid together? How are you going to live if you don't raise a kid together? The point is, there is more to life than what you see on the fucking black screens. And there's more to life than just pedophile, the evil person, and insurrection, and let them eat cake. It's like listening to fucking children who have never actually done any studying into the globe. It's like, let them eat cake, let them eat cake. Dude, they all hate you. They all hate you. Your neighbor doesn't even like you right this second. I want your neighbor to like you, but that requires... All of you, you know what, side thing. All of you, if any of you are watching this, and any of you make it this far, go and do something nice for somebody. Stand extra long and hold the door for them. Buy extra... If you're buying flowers for your girlfriend, buy a $3 extra set for the fucking worker checking you out. Not checking you out, but the one helping you buy your shit, you dumb fuck. Be nice. Do something nice. Offer to cover the coffee of the person next to you. Here, get your friend lunch. It's small shit and just keep it going. But my point is, stop fucking dying over these politicians. You're retarded. You're all retarded. You're so retarded. And I promise you, they don't care about you. Maybe they do. Maybe some of them do. Some of them do. I always say this. My basis comes back to the 100 monkey theory. And I can promise you, there's one monkey, and all of those monkeys at the top, one of them has to be good. But you also have to worry about the other 80% of those monkeys, because that's not a... 1 out of 5 is... That's good, but it's... Imagine missing a finger. Imagine missing a middle finger or an index finger. Imagine missing your thumb and all you got is this shit. Just saying. Did you guys know that apparently there are sleeper cells in the US from Iran as well? Also, funny thing, I have a theory on these sleeper cells. My theory is that random phrase generators have been used by AI and mind-warped citizens through drug abuse and MK Ultra stylistic methods. And what I mean by this is, do you guys ever listen to something and you're like, well, that's the most random phrase ever. That's the oddest way to say that. Why would you say it like that? That's strange. That's queer. That's odd. That's this. That's that. My theory is that all of these random phrases generated by AI and drug-addled citizens perpetrated by, what do you call it? External propaganda triggers these sleeper cells. So those random crazy people that you know that are still semi-functional in society, all it takes is that one phrase. It's like Captain America Civil War when he's walking around him and he's saying like banana, shovel, brick, oven, pizza, Bible, stab, tile, and fan, Michelob. And all of a sudden the sleeper cell stuff is activated in the Winter Soldier. I think that it's something like that for the media, because if you skip through enough on your algorithm, it's going to be geared entirely towards you. And if you program a person to gear themselves in a certain direction, you can almost set them up to activate their own code unintentionally. So that way they slip in unnoticed in society, and you see these people who are literally like, well, they weren't like that when I knew them. Maybe it's not clones. Maybe it's the idea that they activated their own sleeper cell code so that way they didn't need to have an external force. Or maybe some people are bred to be random phrase generators and some random phrase receivers, so that way when put in pairs into society, excuse me, you can pass by somebody casually and all of a sudden the phrase is activated and within 24 hours there's a terrorist act occurring. I don't know anything. I'm just saying that that's a fun theory that I've concocted over the last little while. Watch out, is all I gotta say. U.S. citizens, keep your eyes open, keep your eyes peeled, excuse me. Holy shit, man. Keep the gas down. Golly. Keep the faith going. Keep the faith strong, brothers, sisters. Wakanda forever. I don't even begin to understand how I got that one. But Jesus Christ! I'm being assaulted by my camera crew if you guys haven't been able to notice that. It was a friendly game of ping where I ponged them, and now I'm being assaulted. I'm being assaulted as bad as Timothy Chalamet is being lately. They are assaulting his character. By the way, for any of you who don't get it, I'm dressed like Marty Supreme. And I decided to make this week's episode all about the Shaftlamay. All about Timothy Shaftlamay. Do you guys know why? Because last week he said that he didn't like ballet and opera and that no one likes ballet and opera. Timothy Chalamet said nobody likes opera. And then fucking every goddamn crybaby pussy faggot bitch on the planet is like, actually, opera and ballet have been around for like 400 or 500 years. What do you know about that, Timothy? You wouldn't be doing anything you're doing if it weren't for ballet and it weren't for opera. You know what? Everything you're doing reeks of misogyny because mostly women attend these things, and that means that it's a woman thing, and that means that you saying you don't like it means you don't like the woman thing, and that makes you a misogynist. And this is all being said from women that used to sell feet pics and show their titties off for money, by the way. This is said by a bunch of retarded bitches that get naked on stage. This is said by people who literally... I don't want to go too far because I'm going to end up saying something that's very mean. It was all all the sentiments have been made by dumb fucking cunts. Holy shit, dumb fucking cunts. I'm like, how do I say this? I don't agree with bad people on most things, but some things I agree with them on. Just like I agree with most things with good people, and some things I don't agree with them on. And I'm setting this up because this is one of the instances where I agree with Nick Fuentes. Bitches need to shut the fuck up on this one. Holy shit, man. He's a 30-year-old actor. What do you give too much? Why do you guys care about his opinion so much? This is a 30-year-old twink boy that did a movie where he was getting butt fucked by a 40-year-old guy at the age of 16. By the way, you guys, this man, I didn't watch the movie, but my fucking girlfriend decided to show me clips before this so that way I could actually address this properly. They did a whole movie where this 16-year-old boy is just getting railed every scene. Every scene is literally just Timothy Chalamet bent over a barrel going, ah! And then that's it. That's the film. Literally, I watched every clip and it was gay porn. Every clip was Shaftlamay getting shafted in the ass-lamay. He was getting ass-lamay, pass-lamade, around-lamade. Do you guys understand what this is? This was crazy. Also, by the way, he did a full faggot movie and you guys are criticizing him for his opinions about opera and fucking ballet? I've seen several women I know make the comments about this. I have never seen any of you at a play. I've never seen any of you at an opera, at a musical, at some kind of museum. I've seen all of you at concerts. I've seen all of you at EDM festivals. I've seen all of you attending raves and going to bars and getting hammered. I've seen all of you going to states so you can hit different dispensaries. I've seen each of you people go out into nature just so you can take some shrooms and be one with the world. I have not seen any of you sorry fucking pieces of shit go to an opera ever a day in my life. And I mean that. I've never met anyone under the age of 40 who's attended an opera. You know why? Because statistically, over 56, I think, percent of the people who attend operas are over the age of 50. Wouldn't you guess that? And then the next highest group is over the age of 30. So what I'm hearing is that elderly people who have high levels of disposable income, waspy fucks, are who is attending operas and ballets. You know what the primary consumer of ballet is? Women in their mid-30s to their mid-40s. I swear on everything. The primary consumers of ballet are middle-aged women who have nothing left going for them but to try and doll their daughter up to get molested by fucking judges so she can win a pageant. Just saying. Just saying. Ballet, dance, all of these things have been used for a while to take advantage of these young folks, of these children's, who does ballet primarily? Little girls. What, you're complaining about a guy not knowing anything about ballet or opera? I get that his mother and his sister did opera and that is blah, 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 blah. I just gotta say this. I do want to say one thing. Just because your family does something doesn't mean you have to enjoy it. My mother's into tiny houses and I think she's a retard. I fucking love my mother, but she's a retard who is like so focused and hell-bent on control in this world that she has to create a microcosm just so that way she can nitpick every little thing so that way she can feel some level of sanity. But it's insane what she's doing. And that's what you people are doing. It's like this 30-year-old man who has ballet. His sister probably did so much ballet. His mother did so much ballet. And I can tell you, if you've ever participated in a niche anything, I was a wrestler. At my fucking high school, we had maybe 24 guys. 2 to 3 at most, maxity maximum. And that's really not a lot. That's 1 string JV, 1 string varsity. That's what we had. That is a small niche program that I can tell you, based off of what I've seen statistically, is dying off throughout time. And guess what? Fucking opera went down. And I'm going to quote this because opera and all of these things went down. Here, hold on. Oh, I guess we're starting with ballet. No, this is not what I had clicked on. I'm on arts.gov, by the way, for any of you who are wanting to look at this stuff and challenge what I'm saying. But statistically speaking, opera viewership went down from 2.1% of U.S. viewership down to 0.7% of U.S. viewership. I do want to say real quick, let me see if I can do the math on that. If there's a calculator on this thing. Son of a cunt. So what did I say? 0.7% of the United States, and there's 350 million US citizens? That is 24,500,000 people. That's a lot, but that's nothing. That really is... That's not shit for society. That's less than 1%. And what did I say? That was the opera. And ballet went from 8.7% U.S. attendance down to 4.2% U.S. attendance, or 4.3 U.S. attendance. Less than 5% total of our United States is attending ballet and opera. I'm not saying that he's right, because I disagree. I love opera, but I love opera, I love ballet, I love dance, I love performing arts. I see musicals often. I try and go to museums when I can. I try and see my friends' performances whenever they're doing stuff. But I do have to be aware, and awareness says that this is a dying thing. Now, is it dying as fast as some may think? No, it's still got a couple hundred years before it's like dwindled out of fucking fashion at any level. Or at least it's become so niche that it's clubs instead of full-blown, full-scale whatevers. You got a few hundred years before that. But because of the way all of you reacted and the way that all of you people have behaved, I just wanted to say, fuck you, fuck opera, and fuck ballet. Fuck all of you. Fuck all of you any and every time of day. What the actual fuck? You are all so upset. We're bombing other countries. You have drone threats in your country. We have literal drone threats in the state of California saying that you should be aware of what is coming for you. And you are worried about... Here it is. Opera attendance in 2022, 0.7%. That's not even including now. It dropped from 2000 to... It was 3.2% in 2002. Do you know how nuts that is to go in 20 years to attending like a quarter of your viewers? A quarter of your viewers are there. And then what do we have? Ballet, 1.9% of the US in 2022. And this is arts.gov for all of you people who want to question me, who want to argue, who want to go, but misogyny, but yeah. I've never seen any of you at these arts. I've never seen any of you promote this stuff. I've never seen any of you go out here. So, and the funniest part is I've also seen Native Americans get upset about this. And this is another one of those situations where it's like, wow, they really got you guys to be so dumb. You're defending something that doesn't even cater to you. The primary majority attendance of opera and ballet are Caucasian, white, from the mountains of Caucasus, white people. Slavic descended fuckers. Mick motherfuckers. Well, Micks can't afford to go. Micks are too broke. But white folks, white-skinned folk, you guys are so upset about him saying something quote-unquote potentially misogynistic that you're defending white people at something they don't even want you to do or join in on. Do you have any idea how stupid you have to be convinced to defend somebody who hates you? God, you're fucking dumb. Y'all are retarded. Like, actually legitimately retarded. You know what? This one's for y'all. The retards at home, baby. What, you got something for me too? Fucking that's what I thought. Bitch, point me! 2 points! 2. By the way, don't think I've lost but maybe 2 points in this whole thing either. Just saying. I don't understand y'all's obsession nowadays with celebrities. My mother, I've been upset, I have been surrounded by celebrity bullshit since I was a child. My family was obsessed with celebrities. My family's friends were obsessed with celebrities. Like, why do Americans have to be so simple-minded and focus on the ideals of a person who does nothing for you? Like, excuse me. In preparation for this whole thing, in preparation for all of this, I watched 3 Chalamet movies. I didn't have much time. This was all short notice. I didn't even have a ping pong paddle till last night. But now I do. He's not that bad of an actor. He's not. I watched Dune 1 and 2, and I watched Marty Supreme, hence the, fucking Saint Stormy Supreme setup, you know what I mean? Dune 1 was okay. That was horribly slow. That was so horribly slow. It was a fun build-up, and it was worth watching. I get some of the hype. I think that we got not enough Jason Momoa in the movie for what we were built up with. Chalamet should have had a bit more of his family's, or not his family's origins, but excuse me. It would have been nice to see a little more background of all of the secrecy. Like, why did we need a prequel TV series to teach us about the Bene Gesserit? That's retarded. You could have made part Dune 1, 2, 3, and 4 and taken part 1, made it intro, part 2 explanation, part 3 action, part 4, but it's squished too much into one. Dune 2, much better. A lot of action, A lot of fun. Way too quick. It takes place over like 7 months. The first movie takes place over like 2 months, I think. Like it's not a lot of time. It's really not. Actually, it's not even 2 months. It's like a month because his mother just finds out that she's pregnant, and then they immediately go into hiding. So the first movie takes place over a month. That makes sense. The second movie it takes place over 7 months, and there's way too many time. It's too choppy. The time skips are choppy. Zendaya is terrible in the film. He does okay. Timothy Chalamet does good. He does good. His mom does phenomenal. It's not his mom, but it's the like mom in the movie. And oh, who else was it? He was in No Country for Old Men. Why am I asking when I can just look it up? See, there's some benefits to having this shit right here. What is it? Josh Brolin. Josh Brolin? Amazing, by the way, in the entire thing. I think that it probably is my favorite character as well. As well as Javier Bardem. He's a fun religious fanatic, and we all love those. Especially Yep, that point you. 3 points her. 1 point me. 100 points me. Stormy Supreme, baby. I never lose. Stormy Supreme. But it ended okay-ish, I suppose. No, it didn't even end okay. It wrapped up well in the stories. He defeats the fucking pale bald guy who goes around killing everyone. He defeated him. He defeated the Emperor. It sets it up for him to have to fight the other houses in part 3, which, excuse me, I do have to say I'm a little bit excited for now that I've seen the first 2 movies. But it just ends with fucking Zendaya just to... Why do they all breathe like that? Do they think that people breathe like that when they get upset? I know that they're lizard actors, but like... It's like, what's her name? Midsummer.
She was in the movie too.
Florence Pugh. Oh my god, Florence Pugh was in the movie. Holy shit, Florence Pugh was in Dune. I didn't even think of it. That's fucking hilarious. It's fucking crazy with that shit. But onto the fucking movie we were supposed to be talking about this entire time, Marty Supreme. That movie was actually pretty good. I won't even go around and make too many jokes other than it's about him trying to travel internationally to slap his paddle around and whack balls with other guys. That's the premise of the story. Marty Supreme is about a young Jewish man from America who wants to go and slap balls around with other guys. And he does pretty good. He is a good ball slapper. He is a hell of a ball slapper, as you can see, like I am. Sometimes you just gotta slap the shit out of them balls. You know what I'm saying? Gotta whack them hoes. Whack them nuts. The movie starts off with him working in a shoe store, and he's working for what? I think his adopted father. And this girl comes in, and they fake a story. He takes the broad to the back. He bangs her, and that's how the story starts off with him slapping his paddle in between the cheeks of this woman and getting her pregnant. There is a fucking so unnecessary scene. They could have been playing ping pong matches. They could have done anything. But they showed us what it looks like when a sperm enters an egg. Which matched none of the rest of the film, by the way. The point is, he gets her pregnant. He goes, and by the way, this film features Tyler, the Creator. Random. And he just talks like himself. He doesn't even talk like some 1950s black guy. He's just like, fucking Tyler, like he usually is. And where did I go? Oh yeah, so he bangs the broad, gets her pregnant, runs off with his buddy to go swindle some people out of money. He then is playing in a tournament. And he's playing in the opens in England. And that's really the start of the film, is it's him just fucking slapping people around in the court, just ming, 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 ming. And then he goes against this other kike that he's been waiting to compete with. The guy who was... Okay, you know what's funny? This takes place in the 1950s. Marty Supreme is a Jew. I mean, Marty Mauser is a Jew. Timothy Chalamet plays a Jew, and I can't say Jew. That wasn't even close. Jew. And he's whooping ass left, right, and center. Then all of a sudden comes this Jap Tojo prodigy with this weird wonky paddle, and he's just like, what? Like Ahsoka Tano in Star Wars. And they get to the end, it fucks him up, and it ruins his entire mental. He's been spending the entire time trying to figure out how he can become the champion so he can get the nice hotels and all that stuff. But there's some bonuses to all of this. He's trying to bang Gwyneth Paltrow. He does pretty good too. He notices her in a hotel as she walks by. She gives him a glance. He gives her a glance. And then he fucking calls her from his room and he's like, hey, if I toss this apple inside this bowl, representative of my penis inside your vagina, you got to come to my match. This is before the match I was just describing to you. And so he tosses the apple inside her bowl. She comes to the match and she witnesses all this. She witnesses him lose. They go back to America. And now he's faced with the challenge of making enough of trying to get enough money to go to Japan. He's tried to swindle his way around this. He's tried to what do you call it? Hustle people. That's when you fucking fake like you're bad at something and it's actually you're really good at it. Pool hustling's an old fucking way I didn't know they used to hustle in Pong. And here, hold on. I just had all this mentally. Oh, here, what am I doing? I've got my notes right here. Give me one moment. I got you, people. Yeah, here, hold on. Starts off with the shoe store and the horny girl. Oh, yeah, he holds his fucking buddy at gunpoint. I forgot that's how he even got the goddamn money to go to England in the first place. He's like, Chester, I'm holding a gun at you right now. I am robbing you. Give me the money. My fingerprints are on this gun. These are facts. Give me the money. And Chester's just like, okay, why not? And so he gives him the money. Okay. And then he's going to compete against another Jew who is the 4-time ping pong world champion at the time. But he's out of shape because, Auschwitz, it worked some of the muscle off of him. It worked some of the skill away. He became more work efficient with missiles, but he became less efficient with balls. Beats a Jew, loses to the Jap. He pings and pongs all over Europe. Oh yeah, and then he joins the fucking Globetrotters. Oh my fucking God, man. He was originally not going to join them, but what's his name? Kevin O'Leary happens to be featured in this film. I completely forgot. We were supposed to do Watch of the Week, and I completely sidestepped. By the way, this is a watch from my great-grandfather. It's just a quartz watch. Literally, just says quartz. Nothing else. I don't know anything about this watch other than I got it from my great-grandfather after he passed, and, it's got a brown leather strap. I gotta replace the battery in it. It looks very nice. It's got that Tourneau shape to it, the same shape that they use for Richard Milles and Frank Mueller's and shit. The watches they wore in that film, while we're sidestepping on Kevin O'Leary, fucking Timothy Chalamet was wearing that vintage Elgin watch, which I love. I love their watches, but I am not going out of my way to last second buy a vintage watch just to entertain you fuckholes. And then Kevin O'Leary was wearing the 1952 Patek Philippe Hourglass and a 1950 Seiko Super. Both on red leather, or both on red straps. Yeah, he does whatever. I don't understand his whole red leather strap bullshit, but props to him. Kevin O'Leary tries to swindle him and say, hey, you're going to come and perform this match in Japan so I can sell more pens to the Japs. And he's like, no, I'm better than that. And then he goes and performs monkey tricks for the Globetrotters. And then, after he joins the Globetrotters and he bangs Gwyneth Paltrow vigorously, violently, good for you, Timothy Chalamet, bang the shit out of Gwyneth Paltrow. Some women age like, what's her name? I keep blanking on these fucking people's names. Nicole Kidman. Some people age like Nicole Kidman, which is like milk. Some people age like Gwyneth Paltrow, which is cheap rosé. Still better than nothing. So after he bangs Gwyneth Paltrow and tells Kevin O'Leary to fuck off at the idea of him fighting the Japs, he and Tyler, the Creator... Oh, wait, hold on. Then Marty finds out the girl is pregnant and almost gets arrested by his uncle for the robbery. Knocks out... Here, hold on. All right, cool. There we go. I got it all. I just memorized the entire movie entirely again. So the point is, he almost gets arrested by his fucking kike uncle. His girl tells him that she's pregnant. She fakes that she has a black eye. Timothy goes and takes a fucking candlestick and knocks the guy out and beats the shit out of him, basically, with a candlestick because she faked a black eye. She faked a black eye, and Timothy Chalamet just went bing right across the fucking face. It was his kid. He kept denying it basically till the end. And oh, by the way, the movie has Fran Drescher in it. She does great. Who wouldn't want to see her in a movie about Jews? A Jewish movie without Fran Drescher? Come on. A Christian movie without Chris Pratt. Do you get what I mean? And then after he knocks the candlestick guy out, screws his best chubby friend over, and fucks him out of money, and tells his pregnant ex-lover that she's basically worthless, he goes and swindles people with Tyler, the Creator, and steals a dog. And not only does he just steal a dog, he loses the dog, which they have to go on a whole fucking adventure and side quest just to recover the dog, which they never do at the end, and they just get a couple other Jews killed over some money to get him flown to Japan for this other match. Because guess what? At the end of the day, he decided he's going to go and do the match for Kevin O'Leary and face off against the Tojos. It's a fun movie. I gotta say this. It was genuinely hilarious. There were times when I wasn't understanding that it was even supposed to be serious because of how many jokes they kept. Timothy plays this like fast, twitchy little twink boy that's just like killer with the fucking paddle, like goddamn Jedi with the shit. And yeah, my point is, so he sneaks off to meet Gwyneth Paltrow. He fucks her, he steals fake jewelry, returns the fake jewelry. He meets her later that night after her play to get a real piece of jewelry. They almost get arrested while he's down eating her bush. And then he sneaks into the house to try and get more stuff. And then Kevin O'Leary spanks him. Kevin O'Leary, he fucking spanks that boy. You know what I'm saying? Do that again. Give me again. Almost had that. Fucking, bing, 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 bing. He was whooping that ass. It gave us a good show as to what they do behind closed doors, by the way, because we all know these billionaires and millionaires and people who run things are behind closed doors. There wasn't even behind closed doors. The people were leaving the party. The party was still technically kind of going on. He was just there with his business buddies. And he made this 23-year-old boy pull down his pants and spank him just so he'd fly him to Japan. It's a beautiful story. So then he goes to Japan. He's forced to wait till the last match to participate in this bullshit endeavor. And then at the end, right before he's being forced to kiss the pig, he's like, guys, this entire match was fake. This was bullshit. I challenge you to a real match. And then they go off and they face off in this giant epic fucking battle. Epic battle of ping pong proportions. I have never seen balls fly like this since the last gangbang I attended. I have not seen balls fly like this since Balls of Fury. I have not seen balls fly like this since my last Saturday night. Goddamn right. You know what? Sometimes you just need to let the balls fly, baby. Let them fly. Stop letting them fly for 5 seconds. My point is, they beat the shit. They whooped each other's asses. And in the end, Timothy Chalamet won. He comes back to America. He doesn't pay anybody back for any of the fucking damages he's caused. And he's caused so many fucking damages to everybody. People have died. People have had ceilings broken in. Cars crashed. Dogs stolen. Everything. He doesn't pay anybody back, but he claims his daughter, child, son. The point is, he comes back and he sees the girl laying on the gurney and she's just like, what are you doing back here? And he's like, don't worry, it's my baby. And then it ends with him like crying, staring at the child. It was a pretty good film. Definitely worth a watch. It was more than a ping pong movie. I do want to say that. So for all of you at home, I definitely think that it was worth seeing. Hey, you know what? All of this stuff is worth seeing. Everything that we've had going on is worth giving a try. It is worth going out of your way to try and get molested by someone from Pennsylvania. It is worth outsourcing your job to AI. Every second here in America is worth something. And I can tell you from Saint Stormy Supreme himself, every goddamn second of this movie was worth it. Now, cheers to all you fucking American and Mick bastards. And I gotta say one last thing. I'll see you fuckers next Saturday. Fucking ready? Point. That it?